changed my life.
One of the biggest myths about going vegan is that you'll automatically lose weight. And honestly, that just isn't true. I was already overweight before going vegan. Years before I switched to a plant-based diet, I went from being 105 pounds to 170 pounds. And even as a vegan, I actually gained over 55 pounds during pregnancy. But after having my baby, I ended up losing 50 pounds while staying vegan. So today I want to talk about why some vegans still struggle with weight loss, because there are a few things that happen on a plant-based diet that people don't always realize. A lot of people assume that once you go vegan, weight loss will just happen automatically. But the truth is, vegan doesn't mean healthy, and it definitely doesn't mean weight loss. There are a few really common habits I see that can make weight loss harder, especially for busy moms. Vegan junk food. Just because something is vegan doesn't mean it's healthy or helpful for weight loss. For example, cookies that are vegan, ice cream, vegan cheeses, processed mock meats. And when people switch to a vegan diet, they often replace their old foods with vegan versions of the same processed foods. So instead of regular cookies, it becomes vegan cookies. Instead of dairy ice cream, it becomes vegan ice cream. Instead of bacon, it's vegan bacon. Instead of sausages, it's vegan sausages. But those foods are still highly processed and really easy to overeat. So just being vegan alone doesn't necessarily change the amount of calories that you're eating. The second thing I see a lot in the vegan space is drinking a lot of calories. This usually shows up in things like smoothies, acai bowls, juices, fancy coffee drinks, alcohol. And while a lot of those can be absolutely healthy, they can also be very calorie dense without being filling, especially alcohol with empty calories. It's surprisingly easy to drink 600 to 800 calories and still feel hungry later. So I started focusing on foods that keep me full, things with fiber and protein, like tofu, beans, lentils, fruits, and whole foods. The third thing people don't always realize is that healthy foods can still be very calorie dense. Foods like nuts, peanut butters, avocados, oils. These foods are nutritious, but they're also very easy to eat a lot of. I could easily eat a spoonful of peanut butter, but those calories add up quickly. So it's not about cutting those foods out. I certainly ate a lot of peanut butter when I was postpartum as a healthy fat when I was breastfeeding. It was so important to get that in. It's just about being mindful in portions and balance. The fourth reason is movement. A lot of weight loss advice focuses only on food, but movement plays a huge role too. And for a lot of moms, life becomes very sedentary, mainly because I'm sure we're tired taking care of your kid. Sometimes movement just doesn't feel like a priority. If you're breastfeeding, if you're pumping, you're finding time to just lay down for just a minute and indulging in those moments, even though it feels like we're on our feet all day. Honestly, one of the biggest things that helped me postpartum to lose the weight was walking. I can't stress that enough. No extreme workouts, no intense gym routine. As much as I wanted to, it was not something that I could do with my baby. So I did what I knew I could do, and so we went for walks. Just consistent daily movement, which made a huge difference for my energy and for my weight. I would strap my baby on my chest or put her in her stroller and go for walks. Being in that cool, calm air, being out of the house for a few minutes, didn't matter if it was 5 minutes, half an hour, it just would give me that reset that I needed. Sometimes you come home and then you're right back where you were. Maybe a few hours later, you got to do it again. But keeping that daily movement. The last thing I see a lot of is the all or nothing mindset. People feel like they have to eat perfectly all the time. So they try to eat extremely clean and strict. And when that becomes hard to maintain, they feel like they failed. They feel like they can't go out to eat with their friends. If they do, then they have to restart. They have to have cheat days. But that's when the cycle of restriction and overeating can happen. What actually works much better is consistency over perfection. You can eat mostly whole foods and still enjoy treats sometimes. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. So if you're vegan and struggling with weight loss, it usually isn't because the diet itself doesn't work. The lifestyle itself doesn't work. It usually because of things like processed vegan foods, drinking a lot of calories, large portions of calorie-dense food, not enough movement, and the all or nothing mindset. When you focus on simple whole foods, balanced meals, and consistent movement, weight loss becomes sustainable. And if you're a busy mom trying to lose weight with a plant-based lifestyle, be sure to subscribe. I share simple strategies that help me lose 50 pounds after pregnancy without extreme dieting or cutting out foods. It's the same things that I did when I originally lost 65 pounds. And I'm curious, did you think that going vegan would automatically lead to weight loss? Let me know in the comments.